All right, we're gonna move over, and there's like these two kind of, I guess, related kind of AI stories. The first one that I saw, and this is a conversation. It's always going to be, you know, it's going to kind of be the same conversation with people who are just against it, and there's going to be other people who are going to just go with the times because it's going to happen. Um, but Disney looks like they're starting to, I don't know, bend the knee to AI. Maybe, maybe not. Take a look at this one and see what you think. Disney Plus is going to now include user generated AI shorts. So, what's that mean? Disney has now announced during the company's fourth quarter and full year 2025 earnings conference call that its Disney Plus service is about to get a massive overhaul. Bob Iger says that the streamer is in the midst of rolling out the biggest and most significant changes from a productive perspective, from a technology perspective, since we launched the service in 2019. Changes are vast, starting with the inclusion of games, or at least a number of game-like features on Disney Plus as part of the studio's agreement with Epic Games. The major development that has already sparked discussion is the introduction of generative AI short form content created by users on the Disney Plus in the future. What does that mean, though? The other thing that we're excited about is that AI is going to give us the ability to provide users of Disney Plus with a much more engaged experience, including the ability for them to create user-generated content and to consume user-generated content, mostly short form, from others. Iger also indicated the studio has had productive conversations with unnamed AI companies, and he hoped they could get an agreement that would reflect our need to protect the IP. I know what's going on here. As for the streamer's performance, the most recent quarter saw it adding 3.8 million subscribers. Disney also announced its plan to invest $1 billion more in content next year than it did this year. All right, so I know exactly what this means. At least I'm pretty 99% sure. They're trying to get ahead of the ball, and they're also, if you can't beat them, join them type thing. And so you look at Sora, right? So Sora now, if you go to Sora 2 and you go, you can't, if you try to go in and say, make me a, well, you might be able to, but you probably get hit with a content thing. Make me a Jedi, and I'm fighting against Anakin Skywalker during Order 66. Right now, you'd get hit with a copyright thing, and you wouldn't be able to do it. But I assume what Disney's saying is, hey, you join our thing, and you join, and you want to, we'll give you access to these IPs. You want to, we have all this, you want to be an X-Men? You can fight alongside Wolverine if you want to. You can make a Wolverine short. It's, instead of doing it on a different platform, we have a deal with this company. You can do it on our platform. You got to be on our platform in order to do it. I think that's kind of what it sounds like. You guys tell me in the comments if that sounds possible, because then it's like, okay, then you look at all these user things like, well, look at what Sora is doing. Look at what because Instagram now is just filled with Sora videos. So it seems like that's kind of what they're going to do and where they're going to go with that, because they're like, well, instead of somebody else using our IP, let's let our users do it, and then they sign up. So if we have, okay, you want to fight against Thanos, sure, you can do it. Just join our platform, and you got access to it. You can do certain things, and then once we start developing our technology, you'll be able to do more. They're joining in on the. They're trying to get ahead of it. It sounds like they're getting ahead of what is already happening, as opposed to like if you look at it like Napster, where Napster was, everybody was fighting against it and trying to get all the music off, and then keep fighting. And Metallica was doing the big protests against it, and eventually, yeah, sure, Napster went under and got sued, but it changed the business, and now everybody just streams music. So, for a long time, this platform was streaming people's music and doing these things, and people were fighting against it. Disney is saying, well, no, you know what? We'll get people an opportunity to do it for us. We own all these different IPs. We own these different things. There's certain things you'll be able to do, certain things you won't be able to do, but you'll be able to do it. I wonder if you're able to, like how long it'll be from, yeah, you can do, he said it'll be shorts, because that's what made me start thinking about this, because I think like Sora 2, you can only do like 10 seconds or something, whatever it might be. Maybe they make it longer, maybe not, but that would get people signing up. I mean, there's tons of people who don't want anything to do with it, but there's other people who are like, "Oh, that's cool. I can do X-Men stuff. I can do Marvel stuff. I can do Star Wars stuff. I can do I can make myself part of the Beauty and the Beast. I can do this. I can do that. I mean, they have a lot of stuff. So I wonder. Um, it's an interesting topic because they're not going to be the last company to do that. Because if they do that, then you guarantee then whenever Warner Brothers, if it gets sold or it doesn't get sold, they're going to start doing the same thing. That's the next. In the same way, what did they all do with the streaming side of it? When Netflix proved it was popular, well, we want to do that too. We didn't think about it first, but we want to do that too. And then everybody did it. And then everybody was doing it. It's going to be the same shit. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that's am I completely wrong in how I'm looking at this? Maybe it's something completely different. It seems like that's what they're trying to do because like the Sword 2 launched like what, a month ago, 2 months ago, and it's already developing. What's that freaking app going to look like in a year from now? And then because they said unnamed AI companies, they're probably dealing with the same ones. Say, hey, look, we can't beat you, but we figured let's get a deal. Instead of people using you can't let them use our IP on your app, but we'll pay you to run it on our side to where they can use our IP. So we'll see how that works. It's not a question of whether or not you think that they should or shouldn't, because there's a lot of people who are like, hey, they shouldn't be doing this. We know that opinion, and I happen to share a lot of it. But the question right now is more so, is that what they're going to do, and who's going to follow suit? That's more the question, I guess, on that one. So put your thoughts in there. Let me know. All right, today's show, it's sponsored by Raycon. I go everywhere with these. Look, customized. They got a New York logo on them too. I go everywhere with these because it's Raycon's anniversary right now, and what a better way to celebrate them than a deal with these everyday earbud classics. They're 20% off, which is great, and it is the perfect time to get your hand on these. They're reliable, they're super comfy, and easy to take anywhere. You'll see why they've become a fan favorite since day one. The everyday earbuds classics, they're loaded with upgrades. You got active noise cancellation, multi-point connectivity. You can pair with two devices at once, and it's an ergonomic fit that actually stays put no matter what you're doing. I love these things. I wear them everywhere. The gym, if I'm in the city, I'm on the train, I'm again doing laundry. I'm listening with these. They customize this one. I got a Yankee logo. You can do. They have different colors. You can choose a whole bunch of them. You see that there. 3 million customers already love Raycon. I told Ming about them. He got them immediately, and they come with a 30-day happiness guarantee. You're going to know you're happy with them within an hour. So if you don't love them, returns are easy. You have nothing to lose. So I promise you that when you get these, you're going. Ming did it immediately. He said, "Oh my God, I love these things. They're so great. They're great." So you're going to get these. You're going to love these. I had Ming wrote them immediately. These things are awesome. I said, "Yeah, they're amazing." You go to buyraycon.com/Kristian. You'll get 20% off the everyday earbuds classic. You're going to say, "Hey, you're right. These are amazing. I love Raycon." Sign up for them today. I promise they're great.